You're on the road with Noble Outfitters. Today I'm in Streetsboro, Ohio, visiting Big D's Tack and Vet, a beautiful 45,000 square foot store that we're gonna have to get a bird's eye view of just to take a look at this beautiful store.
In the mid-1800s, America was pushing west and expanding at a rate unknown to any previous civilization. Americans pursued their dreams and unlimited opportunity, but they needed food, equipment, seeds, and tack to press on beyond the established cities and towns already settled. Out of this demand, a new retailer was born, the General Store, who handled everything a westward family would need to survive. Today, these retailers provide rural Americans the same materials, service, and expertise that made them invaluable over 150 years ago. Join Noble Outfitters as we rediscover the retailing backbone of America. Hear their story in their own words, how they've not only survived, but actually thrived in the modern world. Come along as we go on the road with Noble Outfitters.
Yeah, well, thanks for showing me around here. You know, this is amazing how always the farm and feed stores have such a great variety of products. And I'd like to introduce you all to Grant and Tabitha. And I really appreciate you guys taking some time to show me around this beautiful store. How long have you worked here?
I've worked here for about 15 years.
Okay, and yourself, Grant?
Well, I'm a little bit newer. I've been here about 2 years now.
Okay. Well, it's always fun for me to walk through these stores because you never know what you're going to find. I mean, everybody's got their specialty for really what their local clientele might need, you know. And so over the years, the farm and feed stores have done everything they can just to supply their local customers. And, you know, I see everything here from Western writing to English writing. And what are some of the specialty things you all do?
Well, we do definitely try to cater to all disciplines here, but one of our specialties and our roots here at Big D's start with standardbred harness racing. We also carry a wide variety of Western products.
Also, all of our employees in the English department are certified to fit helmets, measure for tall boots, and do that type of custom work.
So they can measure people up and find out what kind of coat they want, and what kind of boots they want. Now that's fun because, you know, it's had to be something that your local clientele wanted, right? Your local clientele's doing showing, and you had to supply them with something to be special and be different and supply your customers with what they want. I mean, that's a perfect example of a local, you know, small business in America looking at their customer base and saying, what do we need to do to service our customers so that this store is unique to them and they'll come here and shop here. You know, what we always try to do too is for your store, we try to make products that are just not the same as everybody else's product. So when we're bringing you something, we like to say that it's different, it's new, it's exciting. So I hope you guys have had some fun with our products over the years.
We sure have. It's great. We pride ourselves here on customer service, and it's wonderful to be able to offer a customer a boot that is nice, lightweight, durable.
You know, the interesting thing about these new boots is our customers, just like your customers, you always listen to your customers, and that's why you ended up with a fitting program to make custom products for them. You listen to your customers and you supply your customers with what they need. For us, we started listening to the customers and they were talking about the fatigue they have at the end of the day, because we make socks and you sell a lot of our socks, and those socks that go above your calf, they're kind of therapeutic. But then they were talking about their boots, and their boots are a little heavy, and you notice today after they wear their boots all day, then they're putting on a low shoe that's more like a tennis shoe, right, to be more relaxed. Well, in this case, you know, this boot is just light as a feather. And so what's funny is when you give it to the customer and they pick it up, they're like, wow, that's so light, you know, but it's also very, very durable. You could put those boots on, wear them 12 hours today, and no break-in at all. Your feet won't hurt at all. There's no break-in period with those boots. And that's why, you know, it's important for us at Noble to make products that are just not, okay, you already have these, will you sell this? It's the same thing. So we try to make things different for you, so have a little more fun with your customers.
It is. This is a very light boot and a very nice boot, and I have to tell you, I am even wearing Noble Outfitter socks now. And I love your socks.
Yeah, the socks are, it's funny, how could a sock be so good, right? But once you've worn the socks and you really appreciate what a good pair of socks does for you at the end of the day, because if you wear those socks above your calf, then what happens is it gives you more energy at the end of the day. It keeps your muscles intact, gives you a little more energy at the end of the day after working in the store all day. Tack is a big part of your business, saddles, tack of different types, but I also have seen that you're involved in an actual harness racing process. Tell me a little bit about harness racing.
Well, our roots are in the harness racing industry, and we're fortunate to be located in close proximity to a harness racing track. And we have a large customer base and following in the standardbred industry.
So it's always fun to be able to walk through these stores and see everything from saddles, and you have English and Western saddles. You have jog carts for actually the harness racing, and you have custom-made clothing and tall boots for people who would like to do showing. So it's amazing because I've never seen that product. I've never seen the actual jog carts. I've never seen the harness racing product being sold around the country. So it's just something, again, from this local market that you guys are customizing to take care of your customers. I love that. I love the fact that the local stores take care of their local community. And so our goal with this show is to go around the country and celebrate these wonderful local dealers that are taking care of their customers, supporting their local community, and telling people, hey, shop local. Shop at your local farm and feed and tack shop, and not the big mega chain stores, because they're not there for you individually. They typically have the same product coast to coast, so they're not going to have these types of things that you're going to need at home. Thank you, Grant, for taking the time to show me around. Tabitha, it's been a pleasure. Really appreciate it. Appreciate enjoying this beautiful store. And thank you for selling our products. We'll be right back. There's more that meets the eye here at Big D's. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This beautiful store is just part of what you're going to see. There's 28,000 SKUs that all of the customers from around the United States can order from this wonderful company right here. We'll be back to show you the warehouse.
You're watching On the Road with Noble Outfitters.
We're on the road with Noble Outfitters here with Big D's. I'd like to introduce you to Gail Lindsay and Brenda Mayovitz. I love going around the country and celebrating this type of business, but it's fun for us to also understand how did this all get started, because where did this come from? What was the beginning roots here at Big D's?
Well, it's a family business. My dad started it back in the mid-70s, and he was a standardbred lover, and he always wanted to own his own business, so he opened a small tack shop on the track in Northfield, and we've just been growing from there ever since. So that's where our roots are in standardbred tack.
So the dad opens a store, and again, only in America, right? Small shop, and continues to grow. But listening to that local customer, right? Taking care of the local customer. You're making custom clothing. You take care of the local business that's doing harness racing. I mean, you're doing things that are specific to this local customer, and that's what creates a great local business and a good small business in our world today. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved. So, what age were you when you guys started working in the store?
Right, so we're second generation, but we've been involved in it pretty much all our lives. My dad started the store, we were young.
I was 5, you were 8.
Yeah, 5 and 8, and we had to work in the store. We worked on the weekends, we worked after school, and that job just evolved over the years as we became more involved. We got into the mail order business and started helping pack and ship orders every day after school. At one point, we even answered the phones in our kitchen in the morning before the customer service department opened up. So before the school bus, we would grab the phone if it rang.
That's great. I love hearing those stories, because now with the next generation coming up, e-commerce and digital marketing and the ability for the consumer to buy products from all over the country and even outside of the country right here from you, it's now possible. I understand e-commerce is a big part of your business. If we had to draw a pie chart and say, okay, how much is the store and how much is actually shipped all over the country, what part of that is the business?
Yeah, mail order is definitely the majority of our business. The store is only about 6 or 7% of our total sales numbers. Most of it we ship, because especially in the racehorse industry, we need that national customer out there for those products. There is only one racetrack local to us, and so it's kind of a limited number of customers, so we
Right.
have to be able to ship that product.
And I see your warehouse. I mean, 28,000 items that you packed into the warehouse, and I must say too that warehouse was so perfectly organized and so clean, and the store is merchandised exactly perfect. So, what are the plans for the future?
Well, we've been very fortunate. We moved into this building 2 years ago, and we were really able to get it organized and looking the way we'd always wanted the store and the warehouse to look, because we had the space to do it. So, now we're hoping to expand our website. We're working on a new web platform to service our customers online a little bit better and give them a nicer website to shop on, and hopefully continue to give these customers what they're looking for every day, and great customer service and a great selection at a value.
Well, thank you very much again for your hospitality here today. It's been wonderful. I've enjoyed myself, and I've really enjoyed meeting all of you and all your wonderful people. So now we're going to go into the warehouse and show you 28,000 SKUs of product that can be ordered by yourselves all over the United States. Come with us and take a look at the warehouse. We're on the road with Noble Outfitters, and I am back in the warehouse at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, and I'm with Brenda Majewicz, one of the owners of Big D's. Brenda, this is a spectacular warehouse. We have warehouses ourselves for our products, but I have to say, this is one of the neatest, cleanest warehouses I've ever seen. It matches your store. The store is absolutely merchandised perfectly, so congratulations on that, and thank you for your hospitality here today.
Thanks for being here today, Dan.
It's beautiful, and I just, with 28,000 SKUs, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, how do you get everything out, because one of the things is, I was talking to somebody and they were telling me here that if you place the order, you guys pride yourselves on getting the order out quickly. So how does that work?
Customer service is really important to us here. It was paramount to how we got started and kept our customers. So if you order by 3, we ship it that day. Sometimes that can be challenging, and we have to be organized, and we have to have all our ducks in a row so our pickers can go right down the aisles and quickly pick your order and get it shipped right out for you.
So if you order by 3, you'll ship it out today.
We will.
Which means you've got to ship that order in just a very short period of
Right,
time.
we've got to get it picked and packed so it safely arrives to that customer.
And what's the typical time it takes for somebody to, once you get an order, to go pick it and get it into the pack
We're
station?
shipping hundreds of orders a day, so we have to make sure we're good at it. So typically our pickers go out with a packet of 10 orders, and they've just got a couple of minutes to pick each one.
Couple of
So
minutes.
there might be 5 or 6 items on an average order, and that picker's got to get it done in 2 to 3 minutes.
You think I can get that done? You think
I don't
you're
know.
gonna-
I thought we would test your skills out today, Dan.
gonna give me-
I have an
you're
order
gonna give me-
for you
you're gonna
here,
give me
and
a
I was
chance.
hoping you'd go out and help us out, take care of one of our customers. And
All
get
right,
this
so I'm
order
gonna
picked.
take my pick ticket. I'm
Right,
gonna
you're
go
gonna
out.
take
I'm
your
gonna
ticket.
pill my product. I'm gonna show up
We've
at
got
the.
locations here for you. You've got to find these items at their locations and get them back to the picking department in less than 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
here
see
we
what
go.
you got.
All right, here we go. All right, let's see.
Oh, just in the nick of time, Dan.
Holy mackerel.
How did it go?
I think I did good.
Did you?
That
Let's
is,
check. Let's see what you got here.
that's a good sized
That
warehouse.
looks right, and that looks right. That looks good. Everything looks good, but I don't see these Noble Outfitters Muds boots on your order.
But I think every order going out of here should have a pair of Noble boots in it, or Noble something. Don't you agree?
I agree, Dan. Everybody needs to give them a try.
Experience this wonderful store, this wonderful service, 28,000 SKUs of product shipped all over the United States. Go to Big D's and order up and enjoy all of their wonderful products. We'll be right back with more from You're on the Road with Noble Outfitters. You're on the road with Noble Outfitters. Stay tuned for Noble's Child of Tomorrow. This week you're going to meet Lauren Manski, and you're absolutely going to love her. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lauren.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
So tell me a little bit about your riding. I understand you're quite a rider.
Well, I've been riding ever since I was 6 months old. My mom would hold me on the horse while her friend would walk.
6 months.
Yes.
So I can see diapers and a horse and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's an early start.
Yeah, and then I've been in Pony Club for 7 years, and I have a little pony, Peanut. He's like 10'3", and he's a Shetland mini
Peanut.
cross. Yeah. And I would do Shetland pony racing with him and games. And then I have a bigger pony, Daisy, and I do dressage with her. And then
very cool.
I also have a business where I do like make horse brow bands. And
You
so-
make horse brow bands.
Yes.
So first of all, you've got horses, so you have to take care of them.
Yes.
So what time do you usually get going in the morning?
Well, I normally wake up around 6, and then this is on a school day, and then I go out and feed, and then come back, and then I go to school. And when I come back, I normally do chores and ride, and then do my homework.
Right.
So
How you doing in school with all that going on?
pretty well.
You doing good?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your business. How did that all get started?
It started when a few years after I had my first little pony, and he was just so cute, and I always wanted to get something sparkly like a brow band for him, but I could never find anything that was sparkly enough or that would fit him. So I started making things with a bunch of sparkles, but then they kept on breaking, so I just had to keep on modifying it to the point where I am now.
So what's the name of your company?
Silver Lining Studio.
Silver Lining Studios. You got a name, you got a company, you got some business. You know, our company pretty much started exactly the same way. Customers would tell us what they wanted, and we would go make it for them and then put it into the marketplace. So I'm wondering how I might be able to merge with you, or maybe bring you into our company and sell your products. Would that be an opportunity for me?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Well, we may become business partners. That would be great. Okay, well, I need to check out your product, and I need to see how we can maybe put that into the Noble Outfitters line and distribute that all over the country.
I have a brow band here.
Oh, well, let's just get with it. Okay, right here.
This is one I recently made for Valentine's Day.
Okay, so this is a Valentine's brow band. It's beautiful. And how much will this cost? How much could I buy this for?
Well, their selling price that I normally sell them for is about $45.
$45. Okay, and what does it cost to make these?
Probably about $8 to $10.
About $8 to $10, and a lot of that is the materials and stuff, and then you have your labor involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I could buy these at wholesale for maybe 12, and then I would sell them, and then the store would sell them, and then hey, we could be billionaires. That'd be great. Well, I love that. I love your idea, and I love your thought. And tell me a little bit about how you put these together yourself. So,
Well, I'll start, I want to do the Valentine's Day one, so I was thinking pinks and reds. And then I just kind of lay them out and find what goes well together. And then the spacers, I just use kind of pearly beads with pink and reddish little beads.
great. How many have you made so far?
Oh, I've probably made about 50, I would say.
50. Okay. Well, let's get that number to 500. Put them into mass distribution. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to become partners, right?
Yes.
All right, it's a deal. Well, Lauren, it's been a pleasure spending time with you. And I really appreciate you explaining how easy it is to get started in business and do some fun things, and telling the other kids out there that this is just an idea that you came up with and they could do it themselves. I mean, it's America. It's how this country was built. Small business. Think of an idea. Work hard. Put it in place. Do it. Sell it. Keep growing and make yourselves successful. So I appreciate you sharing that story with us. It's really wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Coming up next on the Recipe of the Week, you're going to watch me enjoy some beautiful homemade waffles and 4-generation homemade maple syrup. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're on the road with Noble Outfitters, and this week's Recipe of the Week is going to be very delicious. I have with me today Gina Enero.
Yes.
And Gina has made up for us some fresh waffles, but the most important part about these waffles is the homemade syrup, correct?
Yes.
All right, so tell me about this syrup, and tell me how it's been in the family for a long time. You actually make the maple syrup.
We do make the maple syrup.
All right.
We've been producing maple syrup for 4 generations now, and I'm the 4th. My husband had started it, and we have a large evaporator that we use. We tap, this year we're going to tap about 500 trees.
Wow.
And it takes about 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. And it takes a very long time. It has to boil and boil and boil. So when the sap comes out of the tree, it's only 2% sugar. It has to boil down. All that water has to evaporate.
So you said this was 4 generations.
4 generations.
And so that was your
My great-great-grandfather started this. Yes.
And was he up in this area?
Up in this area, in Jaga County, Ohio, which is a wonderful place for maple syrup. Delicious.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
And then my grandfather did it, and he sold many gallons. My father did it, and my husband just started doing it again. So it's really exciting around our house where we're getting all of this going
So
again.
I'm trying to figure out, you tap the tree, right? So you put something into the tree.
You put a spile into the tree.
And it just works to where it just starts dripping into a bucket.
It drips into a bucket. The evenings have to be cold and the days have to be warm for all of it to work down through the maple tree. And you have to use either a red maple or a silver maple. Some people use black. We don't have black around here, I don't believe. And then you can make maple candy afterwards, and you can make maple spread to put on ice cream, all kinds of fun
That's
things.
the best maple syrup. And I love pancakes and waffles, so am I going to be able to take a little bit of this
Of
home with
course
me?
you are.
Just a
Yes.
couple 3 gallons is all I'll need.
Sure.
But I wonder, what would be interesting is to be able to have people make this at home if they were able to buy like a starter kit of the maple syrup. So if you gave them the concentrate with the instructions of how to make it at home, they could make their own syrup based on the because it's probably, when it comes out of the tree, it's like hard, right?
It's no, it's a clear liquid.
It's a clear liquid.
It's just a clear, it looks like water,
Okay.
but tastes a little sweeter.
Okay, and then that's what you refine.
Yes.
And you boil and boil and boil to that to reduce
Yes.
and become the syrup.
Yes.
But it'd be interesting if we could figure out how, to get people a starter kit of the sap, right?
Yeah.
And then be able to make their own syrup.
Yeah.
That could be another business.
It
You and I
could
ought to
be.
think about
we
that.
We should think about that.
Yeah, we could.
That would be
Hey, we could be
maple syrup through the whole country,
Yeah.
and not just up here.
I think, spread the word, man.
Yes.
Spread the love.
Beautiful, beautiful maple syrup.
All right, so go to our website for that great waffle recipe. You won't be able to do the syrup because it's homemade and it's been made for 4 generations, but get the best syrup you can get your hands on. Enjoy these wonderful waffles. And Gina, I want to thank you very much for taking the
Thank
time
you.
for showing me this beautiful recipe and treating me to breakfast. I really enjoyed it, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're on the road with Noble Outfitters. We had a wonderful time here in Streetsboro, Ohio at Big D's Tack and Vet. If you're ever in the area, stop by and see these wonderful folks. You'll enjoy it, and so will they. You're on the road with Noble Outfitters. Join us next week to see where we end up in this beautiful United States of America.